beautiful collective. Elsie here to do a new moon reading for you. Happy new moon to you. That is today. We do have a new moon in Aquarius today, and it is a super moon. It's a super new moon, and all that really means is that it's closer to the Earth than usual, so it might appear as larger, and it might have a little bit more of an energetic effect. So this new moon in Aquarius is asking us to break out of old patterns. Hopefully that we ended some things around the full moon, right, on the 25th of January, and now it's time for us to break out of old patterns and slide into some new beginnings. Now, the interesting thing about this new moon in Aquarius is that tomorrow is the Chinese New Year, and it is the year of the dragon. So with the year of the dragon here, if we have dragons tangling with Aquarius, be careful, you could be overconfident, and you could also get into some sort of heated talks. Be careful. So if you were born in 1940, 1952, 1964, 1976, 1988, or 2000, you were brought to this earth to bring prosperity and wisdom to your family. I have a son that's born in 2000, and that's absolutely true for him. All right, here we go. Let's talk about it. We'll get out this, of course, the Moonology I always bring out for the moon readings, and then we're going to look at the fairy deck here. I thought we'd bring some energy with that in here. So the thing is, with the Aquarius new moon and the year of the dragon, it's also going to have you feeling, I like the way they said it when I was reading it. They said authentically rebellious. That really does, it does describe Aquarius. Authentically rebellious. I don't give a damn what you think about me. I'm just going to do me and be me. Yeah, I like it. Okay. Let's get the cards on the table here. We're going to use a couple of oracle decks, and we're going to use some tarot, as we always do. We're going to mix the energies, find out what's going on for the collective during this time. I will call it signs and symbols as you need to hear them or see them to find out what's going on. Put on your intuitive hat. All right. We have a time for healing. I kind of like it because this is, the new moons are always about new beginnings. So maybe you've done some healing all the way up to here, and you continue this healing energy through this new moon energy. It says your commitment is being tested. For some of you, that could be true. You know how many signs that showed up here? It does say first quarter moon, and then it says balsamic moon. So your commitment could be tested at this time. And remember, Aquarius is tangling with the year of the dragon, right? That energy could bring up heated talks or confrontations. Be aware of it. Just be aware of that energy. All right. Let's pull one of these and we'll get to some tarot for you. Give me some advice or some more energy, different type of energy. And I just threw it over my shoulder, but let's take a look what fell on the floor. Hope. I like it. So it says, hope is always there, even if you can't see it. Optimistic expectations can help change a negative situation into a positive one. Look, a lot of you are headed for a positive time. I did readings today, and rainbows are coming out today. So it feels like a hopeful time. Things are, you're kind of over the rough part. I want to say you're over the hard part. The rainbow is, we can refer to the biblical story of, the rainbow came out after the 40 days and 40 nights of rain to indicate that it was, the hardest part was over. And we also have a dove in the sky. So I feel like for some of you, you're feeling more hopeful. I think that you're feeling as though you can move forward now. Your commitment that was being tested, your commitment to the self, I think it was collective. It feels like it was commitment to yourself, a time for healing, and your commitment's being tested. What exactly will you do for you? Will you do for you the same thing that you do for everybody else? And again, I'll read this. Hope is always there, even if you can't see it. Optimistic expectations help change a negative situation into a positive one. So you have to do your part. This rainbow is just not going to appear and take away all your woes. You really do have to do your part in order to be hopeful. We have expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Okay, so I feel like this hope is going to be a big change for you. We have protect your dreams. It says you are the guardian of your precious dreams and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. So keep it together. And keep it underground. Like I'm looking at all this green here. Keep it to yourself, I feel. You're the guardian of your dreams. And you don't have to share those with everybody if you're not ready to do so. Let's get us some tarot. right. Let's figure it out here. By the way, if you're interested in a private read, whilst we're shuffling here, there's a sale on. It's 10% off all of my services. If you look below this video and click on the word more, you will be able to book me for 10% off of any of my services until the 25th of February in honor of this month of love. All right, here we go. Tell me about a time for healing. Okay, we're just spitting energy here. So we do have the Seven of Pentacles. So it's been a long, arduous journey of healing. You've been growing and changing. It feels like you are focused on yourself. You're wondering, is it worth it? Like, is it worth all of the hardship I've gone through to heal it up to here? Well, as someone who's kind of on the other side of all the tough healing, we never stop healing. We're always learning and changing. But as someone who has gone through the worst parts of life, I can tell you that it's worth it. The lemon is worth the squeeze. Yeah, it really is. But the Seven of Pentacles tells me that, you are maybe thinking about a different path. Like, you have the seeds of intention. Now you got to throw them and let them grow. And that means you have to grow. This healing is going to make you grow. We do have the Ace of Pentacles. Your commitment to yourself is being tested. It says your commitment is being tested, but I'm strongly feeling like it's a commitment to yourself. And what does that mean? It may mean that sometimes we get into a cycle of doing things, whether it's a cycle of people pleasing and a cycle of dating that person when they come back around, or a cycle of maybe we're living in our pentacles rather than, selling the house and maybe buying something smaller. We're trying to keep up with the Joneses. Whatever it is, it feels like your commitment to you is being tested. And the universe is like, are you really ready to invest in you? Because you invest in everyone else pretty quick, but I feel like it's time for you to do some investing in you. And I think that's where the hope comes in here. That you see the hope. There is a dove in the sky and the rainbow is here. I feel like somebody sees the rainbow as hope, and you do have hope for a better day. You remove the negative energies and continue to move forward. I like it. The Page of Pentacles shows up. So it is a brand new day. It's a brand new start. It's a new beginning, which is what the new moon is about, right? It is a new beginning, and I like it for you. All right. We're going to clarify just a little bit, but first, I want to lay down some cards here. There's a little bit of extra energy. What is going on here? Tell us what the situation is about, please. So we do have Pentacles, all right? We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy so far. Ooh, the Tower is here. Look, oh my goodness. Okay, well, the Judgment card just flipped over. So look, this is a major revelation, my friend. It's a major revelation. We've got the Emperor here. We've got the Wheel of Fortune. What the heck? We've got the Moon. I might as well just pull them all out. Just leave them. Here we go. So look, somebody here is having a major revelation. When the Tower shows up with the Judgment card, this is a major revelation that changes your life. You are never going to be the same person you were as you make these changes in this new beginning, as you go forward and make different decisions than you made in the past. By making different decisions, you grow. It's the only way you can grow. Whether you fall and skin your knees or not, it's the only way you can grow. And look at this stuff. Look at that. Look, somebody here has gone through it. Somebody here has been carrying around stuff for years. It's time to drop it. It's time to drop it. It's your responsibility. You're the one floating the boat. It's your life, and you can continue to make decisions so everyone else around you is happy, or you can start making decisions like the Emperor would. The Emperor doesn't give a shit what anyone else thinks. He's making decisions for the Empire, right? And so I feel like everyone counts on the Emperor. And so I want to say that everyone has been counting on you to be compliant. And you're no longer being compliant, because Aries wouldn't be compliant. Now, when the Emperor is here, so are all the kings, right? So we can surmise that all the energies of all the kings that are here, this is masculine leaning energy, but it's also feminine energy. All of us, plants, people, animals, we all have all of those energies. We do have now Scorpio here. We do have Virgo and Pisces and Aries here. I feel like this big change for you is that you are taking hold of your life. You are deciding, nah, brah, I'm the Emperor. I'm the one making the decisions here. And if you don't like them, that's your bad. It's totally up to you. Now, there is the Moon energy here. We do have the Two of Pentacles and we have the Wheel of Fortune. It feels to me like some of you are taking control of of your financial situation, this is your new beginning. For others of you, you're just standing up and saying, nah, back your stuff up. I'm making the decisions for my life. And look, when the Tower and Judgment comes, you're going to lose friends. You're going to lose family. You're going to make decisions for yourself that things that you've been allowing people to be codependent on you, to talk you into making decisions that are best for their life and not necessarily for yours. But I don't think you're about it anymore. Yeah. The moon is here, and we have the Two of Pentacles with the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like what you don't see is that first you got to take 3 steps forward to take 5, like 2 steps back to take 5 steps forward. Life is a cha-cha, and I've said that to you before. It's not always full steam ahead. Everything goes great. You got to fall and scrape your knees, right, in order to make the right decisions. And this feels like a bit of a knee scraping time. I'm going to say you're juggling a lot of things, trying to keep in balance. The moon energy is here. You're like, what the hell am I doing, Elsie? Why am I doing this at this time? Well, because you're supposed to. It's Aquarius season. Didn't you hear? You are authentically rebellious. This is the energy that is coming up here. And look, Pluto's hanging around. Pluto's Fight Club. I'm just saying. So we do have the Wheel of Fortune here, and it is Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo energy. It is fixed energy, but listen, if your money's been low, if you are making a decision that you think is going to set you back some, make sure there's money in the bank. Don't make any crazy decisions because the crazy lady in Canada told you that you need to take charge of your life. Make sure that you have at least some in the bank before you start making any crazy risks or decisions, right? So we do have the Wheel of Fortune, and when the Wheel of Fortune is here, it's great change. Look, we have everything here that tells me that it may not happen tomorrow or the next day, but by the end of the month, I think some of you are going to be out of that people-pleasing stage, and a lot of people are going to be pissed off with you, I feel. But you're doing the best thing for you. And that's the truth of it. People don't realize that when you do have to make those decisions for your life, you're not making them for everybody else. You're making them for you. And that's important. You, my friend, are important. It's your life. Don't live it for someone else. All right, here we go. I think that this is all the healing that's going on, right? It's a time for healing, and it's going slow. Well, it's like you're going slow, and after the hope, when you realize that you can do whatever it is you want to do, boom, there it is. The Tower drops. You make decisions. You Emperor up. And everybody's in the dark. They're like, what the hell is going on with the collective? Well, what's going on is you're preparing changes to move into a better spot in your life. Because I'm telling you that when the Tower comes and the Judgment's here and the Wheel of Fortune's here, it all looks like hell. It's not going to be easy. But for those of you who are brave enough to do it, you're going to do it. And you're going to be glad that you did. All right, let's take a look at the Seven of Pentacles. Tell me about this. So we're waiting for healing. It's almost like somebody here is waiting for someone to come save them. Like waiting for things to move forward. Like I'm not sure what you're waiting for, or maybe you are waiting intuitively. Like we can't keep running forward and breaking down barriers, right? It's exhausting. So maybe this is a time of where you're waiting and holding back just a little bit. You know, we see somebody here is watering the plant, caring for it, nurturing it, and letting it grow. And I think that's kind of what's going on here. But I feel like your life is about to speed up because the Eight of Wands is here. Tell me more. We've got the King of Swords. Aquarius has just entered the room. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. This is a general reading, right? So that's exactly what I was talking about. It is that energy of, you know what? I'm the rule maker now. And that's part of the Emperor energy. I'm the rule maker now. Y'all are going to sit down and listen to me for a moment, because I feel like it's somebody who has been running themselves ragged, trying to make everyone agreeable. No longer. I feel like you've hit the end of this part of your healing, the end of this leg of your healing here. Look at that. Oh my goodness. I love this energy. Yep. There it is. There it is. It's time to say something. Somebody is at the very beginning of saying something. Look, you're changing your mind. You've had a huge revelation, changing your mind and moving forward with your own thoughts. And I'm proud of you. Good for you. And so it does feel like it's going to be a hard change. I'm just saying things are about to change, but the reason they're changing is because you've healed. And that's what happens when you heal. You realize that you need to love yourself more. But in effect, when you love yourself more, you love everyone else more. And everyone, when you put boundaries on yourself, everyone, you get to see the people that come forward that are authentic, right? And some of those people aren't, and you're just going to lose them. They're going to drop off. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not my job. Okay, so here we go. Your commitment is being tested. I like this Ace of Pentacles here. Are you going to invest in yourself, or are you going to be the people pleaser and give it all away? Are you going to invest in everybody else? Take it as it resonates here, my friend. We've got Temperance. Well, I'm going to say yes. You are going to invest in yourself, because temperance is always a yes. We've got the moment of alchemy. Your commitment is being tested. The moment of alchemy. The universe is coming at you and saying, that person is back in town. That person is trying to come back and get in your life. And I don't care who that person is. It doesn't have to be a person that you've ever loved. I'm not talking about a relationship here. We're talking about your energy collective. We're talking about Sagittarius energy, Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We're talking about Aquarius, Libra, Gemini energy. We're talking about fire energy. We're talking about your energy here. So it feels like what you're going to do is you're going to start investing in yourself here. We do have the Six of Pentacles and the Chariot. Look, I think you're the first one to give it all away, I want to say. And it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be kind and compassionate and help people who don't have enough and all of that stuff. It's not a bad thing to do that, but you can't keep giving it all away. It's time to keep some of it for yourself. It's time to look in the mirror, open the other eye. Look in the mirror. It's time for you to be in balance. This is a time of healing and balance for you. And I know that although you are charitable and lovely and kind and you like to help people and give them money and a place to stay and all of that, it's interfering with what you have to have planned for your life. We do have Chariot. You could be a Cancer. You don't have to be. But what I want to say is that you're racing for the finish line here. It's like, what are you going to do? Right? What are you going to do? Are you going to go back that way? Are you going to go back and do another cycle of people pleasing or dating that person because you can't bear to let go of them? Or are you going to go that way? Are you going to go off into the future? I think for some of you, you'll probably do the cycle again. It's really important to notice your own patterns. Some of you will do the cycle again. Some of you have decided you're going to pull away and charge forward for the victory, which is what the Chariot is about, right? It is about moving forward for the victory, moving forward quickly, the fastest moving in the deck. So here we are, standing here at the precipice of a new beginning. You are about to birth something in the 3D that you've never birthed before. And it's not necessarily a baby. For some of you, it might be, but for some of you, for most of you, it's a new 3D. It's a new life. It's a new 3-dimensional thing. So I feel like this is the beginning of all of this stuff. I think that's what it is. Tell me more about the Page of Pentacles and hope. You have a lot of hope that things are going to work out your way, but you don't. I think when you were back here fighting yourself, arguing with yourself, what should I do? I'm not really sure, and not telling anybody about the strife you were going through. What you didn't realize is that you were birthing a new you. Tell me more about the Page of Pentacles. We've got the Strength. Yeah, you were holding back. You were holding back doing the thing that you should have been doing for you all along. And the thing is that you've always had the sword to wield. You've always been able to wield the sword, but you've held it back. And that really is true strength, because you didn't want to hurt anybody. And I'm not saying storm the walls. That's not what I'm saying. It feels like with you and your strength that you're holding back because you don't want to hurt anybody else. And I get it. But eventually you have to step into yourself. You have to step into the person who is in charge of their life. We've got the Four of Swords. Okay, so here's the buildup. We are now healing the mind, right? Not really communicating with people, and not because you don't want to or for any nefarious reason. I feel like you are not communicating because it's time to heal the self. That you're figuring out what to do. What do I do from here? I'm not really sure. The momentum's growing into hope here, and you are realizing that it is time to make a really big change. We do have the Nine of Cups because you deserve it, collective. You deserve the happiness. You deserve the stability. I feel like you're going to be in hermit mode for a while here. And Virgo energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you're going to be in hermit mode energy. And I feel like it's because you know that this has to happen. You know that the Page of Pentacles is here. You know that something new has to begin. Somebody here is flicking their coin in the air, see where it's going to drop, and I'm going to go wherever I'm going to go, and people aren't going to be happy because you're going to be closing doors. And the reason that you're closing doors, and this is a huge milestone for you, because I feel like I'm talking to someone who is living their life for other people. Look, at some point when you're a parent, you have to do that. But then at some point, you have to realize that you can't keep giving it all away. If you don't keep it for yourself, you're going to get exhausted, and you're not going to be of use to anybody in their lives either. So it feels like this is a real big milestone for you, closing the door. And the reason that you're doing it is because of the High Priestess energy. You've realized that when you're not happy, no one's happy. All right. Let's look at this a little bit, and then I'll get you on your way, my friends, because this is some scary energy. It really feels like somebody here is done. Like it feels like you're just done. And I don't mean in a mean way. I don't think you're going to be a kicking ass and taking names, but I feel like you really are done living your life for other people, making decisions that make mom and dad happy, that make your grandparents happy, that make your spouse happy. I think that you're done doing that. I feel like you are now taking charge of your own life, and that's why the Emperor is here. This is, like I said, masculine leaning energy, and masculine leaning energy would take charge of the situation. I feel like what you're striving for is stability. You're striving for stability, building your own empire. I feel like you need some energy that is your own, that you don't have to share with anybody. And it comes with a tower, and it comes with judgment here. So the Six of Cups is telling me that nostalgically, like in the past, this is not your energy. This is like somebody who is making a big decision to move forward here after being stuck in their head, I'm going to say for a long while, because I don't think anyone is expecting this of you to stand up and say, look, I'm the Emperor, I'm going to make the decisions here. I think that you were kind of silently, Five of Wands is here as well, that you were kind of silently thinking, well, what's the best way to say it that I'm not going to hurt anybody? And I'm not saying you need to go out in a blaze of glory. I'm saying that I feel as though you've been trying to think about, how do I say this? How do I tell these people that I can no longer fund their lives? I can no longer give them money or buy them food or allow them to live with me, or I can no longer allow this stuff to go on. It's time for me to move forward. Excuse me. So we do have, you're the person that's been up in your head fighting yourself internally, which is the Five of Wands, feeling like there was too much competition. Everybody else needs something. I can't put myself on the front burner. I'm on the back burner. And it feels like in the past, nostalgically, I feel like you are the person who put yourself on the back burner. And I think that's about to change, right? Authentically rebellious. Right? The Year of the Dragon and the Aquarius new moon. And then we have, the world came back out again. Okay, so it was on the bottom of the deck before. Yep, so what is ending here? What definitely is ending is how you speak to yourself. I think I'm talking to someone who smack talks themselves. And you need to stop that, because not only you're listening, but the universe is listening as well. And transversely, if you're smack talking someone else, the universe doesn't know that you're saying it about someone else. That's coming back on you. So just stop the smack talking altogether, I think. And I think you are. I think this is coming to an end, and you are making big decisions and big moves. Now, we do have the moon energy, we do have the Two of Pentacles, and we do have the World card. The Wheel of Fortune. So for some of you, if you have been dealing with less than stellar finances, and I don't mean it's for any reason other than, where are we looking at? Yeah, other than you keep giving it away. And like I said, it's okay to be that person who is willing to pull someone out of a hard spot, but you can't forget yourself. And I feel like somebody here has been juggling, doing it all for everybody. You never say no. No is a full sentence. No, period. It is a full sentence. And it's time to stop explaining yourself. It's time to stop juggling explanations. It feels like you don't know that for some of you, this hasn't happened yet. You're like, no, I would never do that, Elsie. That's fine. It's cool. But I feel like some of you will. I feel like the energies will speak for themselves. It's not because I told you it's going to happen. It's because the energies are speaking for themselves. So for those of you who are in this place, in the Two of Pentacles. Life is really busy. I'm working harder than I'm getting paid for, that kind of thing. I think that's about to come to an end. Not only because the World card is here, but because the Wheel of Fortune is here. It's change. You're changing how you deal with your finances. You're changing how you deal with your pentacles. How you deal in your 3D world is about to take a radical change. That's what it looks like here. All right, where are we at? You know what? I'm just going to give you some advice and I'm going to send you on your way. Here we go. Some advice, please, for the collective. Woo, that was a good reading. It's a good reading. I like it. Somebody here is about to make some huge moves. Tell me about some advice. We've got denial. Some of you are in denial. You thought that by pleasing everybody else, you were doing the right thing, but you were leaving yourself behind. And I only know that because I was in a 21-year marriage where I was doing the same thing. We have awakening. Somebody's awakening from the denial. We've got self-limiting beliefs. And look, those self-limiting beliefs, when you sit down and write them down, you'll find out that they crop up pretty quickly. Self-limiting beliefs is I shouldn't do it for myself. I'm selfish if I do. People are going to not like me. Look, you need to stop that stuff because it's time for you to take care of you. And I'm not saying ignore everybody else. I'm saying put yourself on the front burner. Yeah, it's time to be kinder to you. And I think that the self-limiting beliefs, it's time to speak to the self and say, look, I'm sorry I did that to you. But now you're on the front burner. And putting yourself on the front burner is terrifying. Terrifying. It is when you're used to being the person that everyone depended on. Then we have retreat and we have happiness. Look, it does feel like somebody here is going into a retreat. Like I feel like you're going into hermit mode. And you are going to be happiest when people are not drawing on your energy, drawing on your money, drawing on your savings, drawing on your food and your home. And that's what it feels like here, that somebody is coming out of a deep denial into an awakening of their self-limiting beliefs, that it's almost like you felt like you were put on the earth to serve everybody else, and that's going to lead you to a really early grave. So once you start to love yourself more, and I will tell you that when you start to love yourself more, I know this for a fact, that when you retreat, like just disappear for a month if you can, and when you retreat, you will come out far happier. It's time to be kinder to you. Yep, you need to embrace it, my friend, and then be open to change. Do whatever it is that you can do. And be patient with yourself. Look, this is not all going to happen overnight, right? We've got wisdom and patience. And when you go into this retreat, into hermit mode, it's always going to be about patience. Nothing happens overnight. Give yourself time to digest. Is somebody here? I want to hear it. What's going on here? It's kind of exciting. I'm going to go for now. I love you guys. I'm out for now, but I'll be back because, well, I'm always back. Love ya. Bye-bye.